Hey guys, watching Volgor's videos. This is a quick video on a couple things my mom got for her birthday. I'm not going to bore you with like a bunch of, chick stuff or clothes or whatever. But there's a couple things we got her that one I'm going to unbox, the other I'm going to review. So without further ado, here's the first thing. The Polaroid. It's kind of blurry, but Polaroid i1834 digital camera. It's not that big. It's perfect size. Just about the same size as my dad's, which is about 3 years old now. And once upon a time, I had one too, and my friend dropped it, and yeah, it was a sad day. And that's when I accidentally bought two, and so when my friend dropped it, that's when my dad took this one out of the box and decided, oh, I guess I'm going to use that one, because we were going to sell it, but nobody wanted it, because we wanted too much on Craigslist, I guess. It was $130 and I asked for $90. It was brand new in the box, so I don't think that was too bad of a deal. But anyways, it's got 4 times optical zoom, no, 3 times optical, 3 times digital, which the digital is anything to give a couple hoot and hurrahs for, but in a quick pinch you can zoom in and get the shot. It'll just stretch and blur at, from far away, but it's got to zoom in past it 4 times in order to stretch and blur. Pic bridge, 3-inch TIFF display. It also came with a 128 megabyte SD card, so I didn't have to shell another $10 to take some pics. Yep, Craigslist find, and it's been pretty good. The only thing I'm kind of worried about is battery life, because we put a couple of Duracells in there, or no, Energizers, and it only lasted for an hour or two, and that wasn't constant pics or vids. And then we put some other batteries in there and it's lasted longer, so I don't know if those batteries just weren't that great or what. But we need to get more rechargeables. And this is my dad's 8.2 megapixel, 5 times optical, 5 times digital, so the zoom's quite good. The only thing I don't like about these two cameras is that when you zoom in, the sound cuts out. Unlike my Canon, so I'm talking, I can still zoom in. Oh, isn't that awesome? Oh yeah. Now here's the big enchilada. This is what my dad got my mom. Reserved it for a long time. Kenwood KDC 148. It's got MP3 with ID3 tagging. RCA pre-out 1. I'm kind of surprised it says RCA instead of RF, but what's it called? AV. I thought RCA was just a name just people called it because RCA was like the first TV. But apparently some companies do call RCA. Low pass filter, I think it has to do with like a sub or bass setting. Music search, which is kind of misleading because it doesn't have USB. You don't plug in a flash drive, but you can burn a disc with MP3s on it and search songs on a disc. So you can do that, but for the most part, probably just plug it in a Sansa or what was the other one? Toshiba? No. Crap, I can't remember. Samsung, that's what it was. MOSFET Max, 50 watt times 4, compact disc, digital audio with text, designed for Windows Media, CDR and CDR-RW ready, and System Q, I don't know what it means. WMA MP3 available, removable faceplate and fluorescent display. Compatible with, yeah, I already read that. And this one is the one upper model from the one that didn't have the remote, so that's one good feature. Here's another side of the box. There's the other side of the box. So let's open this up. I'm going to try to hook this up later. I thought I'd do an unboxing before I attempt to install it. Okay, so in the box, you get some screws, I guess for holding the housing or something. You get the pigtail or wiring harness, whatever it's called, and you get this remote, which looks pretty awesome because on my JVC stereo remote, it's very simple. It's only volume up down, album up down, source, EQ, and track rewind fast forward. and this has a lot of buttons. I mean, for stereo, car stereo, I mean that's pretty awesome. That way, if you're not driving, you're sitting in the back seat or passenger, you don't need to interfere with the driver's, you know, shifter zone or anything like that. You can control everything you need to control in the comfort of your seat without, you know, reaching and interfering with the driver. So that's cool. It's got the warranty card, which is warranted for a year. Cut out it well. That's how many takes. Here's the manual, and here it comes with this goofy looking sock looking thing, but I guess that's for your faceplate. My JVC didn't come with one, but I don't care because I generally don't take it off unless I'm in like a big city. I just lock my doors. I don't know. It's a JVC. I'm sure somebody might like it, but most people are going to go for a Kenwood, Alpine, or Pioneer. And before the battery gets out, here is the Kenwood. There it is right there, in all its glory. It's very shiny. It's got like a purple background to it. Here's your source, power, search, back, band, play, pause, your volume control, display, or scroll, rewind, fast forward, and then you got your preset 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, your auxiliary, disc, this is to remove your faceplate, and this is to eject your disc. On the back side, you got your RF, or RCA, it says input, but I call it an output because you have to plug this in. What you plug in here is your amp pretty much, so you can hook up a sub, or you can hook up 2 speakers to an amp. And I guess if you plug in a couple Y cables, you can hook up even more amps, but it will, I don't know, if your quality would be less, only having one, don't know. There's your fuse for the stereo, so if something screws up, your fuse will blow out inside of your stereo. And it's made in Indonesia. So yeah, this complies with Part 15 of the FCC rules. Operation subject to the following 2 conditions. Fantastic. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to hook this up in my mom's car, and pretty much the stereo in my mom's car is just a stock Subaru stereo. It was fine for a while, but then for the past year or 2, the speakers went out. And like I bought new speakers for it, but it still wouldn't work. So I'm thinking it was the head unit. So hopefully it's stereo. And so pretty much what happens is most of the time only the back left speaker works. Sometimes the right front works, and if you're really lucky, 3 speakers will work. And it just comes on and off. It's super annoying. And if it wasn't for that, it was a fine stereo. It wasn't like the high end. It only had a tape deck. Had preset equalizers, but when it worked, it was fine. But now I'll have a Kenwood, and it'll have plenty of power to just supply, to hook up to 4 JVC speakers I got last year. Yeah. And before the camera cuts out, the store I went to, I'm like, yeah, I got a JVC, and that was only this much. Oh, you don't want JVC. JVCs suck. I had someone with JVC. Somebody came in the store with JVC, and it couldn't even power their amp. It would just cut out. I'm like, really? Okay. And I said, do you have any kickers? No, we stopped carrying kickers because they wouldn't hold a warranty to them. Oh, that's kind of weird. I got one for only $15. Well, what was it? I got one with it's the older one that's stitching, so that would be kind of good. Well, the stitching falls apart. It's like everything I said that wasn't in their store, it's crap. You don't want it. It's it's disgusting. You don't want that crap. You get our crap. Our crap's the good stuff. I got that close just walking out of the store because, if your stuff's great, fantastic, but if I have something that you don't think is fantastic, sure, okay, keep that to yourself. You could say like, well, okay, that might be as good as a Kenwood or Pioneer. I understand that, but JVC definitely isn't crap. I know it's way better than a Sony, because I said it's better than my Sony, and they said, well, that's not saying much. Really? Really? Wow. Okay. If anything, they should have if JVC is so crappy, they should have a JVC hooked up next to a Kenwood, and then it could show how much better a Kenwood or Pioneer is. I don't know, but it was supposed to be a good deal, and we only wanted to go to one place instead of going all over the place just to find one stereo. So yeah, hopefully this will deliver, and yeah, so stay tuned, and then I'll show you a video when it's hooked up. Thanks for watching, comment, subscribe, and I don't know.